Ready?
Yes, sir.
I look like a fucking...
No, you look good. No, you had your hair fine. The hat helped.
I think it was fine.
Yeah.
You know?
You know what? I think we're gonna be friends.
Don't do that. Welcome back, everybody, to Deep Talks. We're back. Me, got the Gilly Beans.
Long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a minute. All right, real quick. You wanted to talk to me about my hair?
Yeah, I wanted to get this over with. You're like brushing it. It looks fine. Why don't you get a short trim?
Well, because I love the way my hair is long. And right now, I when I woke up, I didn't shower. So my hair, it's bedhead still. Yeah. But when it's long and full like I want it to be, it'll actually kind of do this natural... I don't know what it is, but it wraps around. And obviously, there's not...
Yeah, I can see it. It's kind of like a... what is it? A pomade? Pompadour. That's what it is.
It'll naturally do that. What I want, I mean, I haven't had a haircut in like a month now, but I usually just do like the sides, and then I usually on the top, like not even a quarter.
Yeah, but why don't you just get a trim though? Just to kill off like dead ends or split ends.
Yeah, I do that too, but like that's the quarter of what gets trimmed off.
Okay.
But yeah, exactly that. But normally, yeah, when I wake up, it's my bed head, and I'm always embarrassed to show my bed head. But here... I just put on my hat and like it's good.
Yeah, see, then it looks really good. Yeah,
but it's in the morning because like I bedhead, my shit's fucked up.
I gave myself a haircut. I have a mullet.
Can we?
I have a mullet, dude. Look at this sick mullet.
Hey, that actually doesn't look that bad.
I gave it to myself.
That actually looks fire. Hold on, do it again. Show me the size.
I gotta get the haircut. The little
This actually doesn't look that bad.
I gave it myself, the haircut.
But your head is what's pushing the back of it up.
To flare up, yeah. So typically, like, I'll keep the back flared up, and then the front either like slick it back or like put it forward. But dude, I like love this. Love this look. With the hat, it looks cool too.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna let it grow on.
Yeah, I got tired of it. I was like, I'm gonna give myself a mullet. So I'm like cutting my hair, and I'm just like,
wait, how'd you do it? Tell your process.
Oh, like through the haircut? Yeah. No, I just like looked the sides, and I'm like, I'm gonna start off with the 2, and then do the little half guard, try to like blend it in, go with the 1, blend it in. It was just a work in progress. It was just figuring it out. It was going little by little and trying to short it, like the guard. There's like little guards.
Yeah.
Pushing it all the way, I think down is like the closest to the blade, and then pushing it up opens it up. Yeah. So it's just trying to figure it out and just trying to get a nice smooth finish.
You never like put a bowl on your head and then figure it out from
My mom used to do that. Yeah. I hated that feeling.
Bowl haircuts, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hated that. So dumb.
It's fucking wild. But anyway, we're back. We're back with the podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to recap the week, man, because there's a lot of things that happened for me. And I know there's a couple things that happen for you as well.
Yeah, can you remind me? Because sometimes I forget myself. So it's like whatever you see on my story, because that's typically what like...
Yeah.
Bring that up, because sometimes I forget.
For your stuff, what was it? I think you were at a party. No,
yes.
You went to a music thingy first.
Yes, an EDM show.
An EDM show. What the hell was that?
Oh, that was Excision.
Yes.
Which is a big, huge artist.
I saw my cousin and like a couple other people were on Facebook. We're like, we're going to this event. And I'm like, I think Gilbert knows about this because you showed me a couple of his stuff, or I've
shown you a lot of EDM songs of it, but yeah, and Excision, right? Yeah, that's the one that has like the Lost Lands, I believe it is, like the big forest dinosaurs.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
It was sick. Insane. So I saw a little bit of it, but tell me your experience. Did you do any substance? What happened there?
No, dude, I went there with Fernando and a group of other people, and it was super sick. Like I was like close to the beginning of close to the stage, and
I think you're at the right side of it.
The right side of it, yeah. So I was just like, I didn't realize, and I always forget when I go to shows to bring noise cancellation.
Yeah, I have mine in my pocket all the time.
Like headphones or just like anything to plug, and I'm like, by the end of leaving it, I couldn't hear out of my right ear.
Yep.
Like it was completely gone.
Yep. I should show these because I use these for band practice and everything. These are what's it called? Noise isolations, 35 dB. They are by Dubs. But yeah, it looks like a pod or whatever, but it's not. It literally just keep fucking dropping these because they're so tiny.
Yeah, they look tiny.
Yeah, but they just stick in your ear, and it just has like a filter guard in there. You can't really see it because I turned off the focus. But the main thing is that you can rock these out, and after a while, your ears will adjust to it.
Yeah.
The negative 35 dB, the things that will harsh your ears at concerts.
Yep.
These are the perfect things for them. So
how much are they?
These were $20 when I bought them, and they come in different colors.
Where do you get them?
Now the only place to get them is online through Amazon.
Okay.
But I swear by those. I don't
to get them.
Yeah,
I gotta get them then.
They're the least expensive ones. Instead of like the construction worker one, the foam ones.
Yeah.
Those ones cancel too much, and you lose the clarity. These ones you retain the clarity, and it doesn't hurt your ears. That's why they're that good.
Okay, that's sick then. I gotta invest in that.
I would say so because like at the end of the day, you're not paying $100 for regular, like those regular ones, that you buy.
Yeah.
Or not regular, but like what you see everyone using.
Yeah, like just headphones. Yeah. No, that's crazy.
Better.
I afterwards we ended up going back to his place. We had like a party, and that was fun.
Yeah, I saw that. So yeah, tell me about that. Yeah.
That was fun. There's just a lot of people coming over, having a good time, and just like nice chill vibe, I guess. Really,
that was the after party.
I can't say like any more after that. Like, it's just like it's like a strict zone.
Heroin at the side.
Strict zone, it's just like afterwards I don't recall much, but yeah.
Okay, but it was that was all in one night.
Yeah, and we've been throwing parties like the last couple of nights too.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, which is nice. Just things I don't record at that point. It's just like hidden moments.
That's when I stop.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just like woo, like is he really doing that? Like, yeah. I'm stopped. Like, I'm done. All right.
Yeah.
It was nice being here.
What's it called? How late was that? Was that like 2 a.m?
Shit, like 6 a.m.
Jesus, all nighters.
It's all nighters. Yeah.
What time did Excision finish?
Oh, I think it was like 2 a.m.
Oh shit.
2 or 3 a.m. Yeah, it was a 2-night event, so it was Friday and Saturday.
Fuck.
And I was like, Saturday night one was really good. I didn't go to that one, sadly, but.
We had 2 shows back to back.
Back to back with different lineup.
Damn.
For both nights.
That's what's up.
The Saturday show was 10 times better though. I was just like kind of bummed out. I was like, oh, this sucks, but whatever.
I mean, at least it kind of seems like that's kind of what it is. Where like whenever you do shows back to back, like the first show is like a good warm up, just to kind of show your presence that you're there. We're happening, we're doing things. But the second night is when like, oh shit, they're doing it again. I missed out the first night. Boom.
They packed it more though.
Yeah.
Like it was like 10. Like people knew what was happening the Saturday night. It's gonna be 10 times more lit. So I was like, well, this fucking sucks. I wish I went Saturday as well.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
What's it called? So last week, Lorenzo, one of my friends that I've done movie reviews with him, or we do basically recaps of shows and stuff like that. We did one for Loki. We did one for Suicide Squad. So
I've seen them. Yeah,
we talk about those ones. And he showed up a thing for the Batman. He put it on his Facebook, and by chance, it just popped up on my message feed that they're showing tickets for the Batman on March 1st. Early screenings.
Shut up.
So you could probably still get a ticket somehow through AMC. But because he showed me that, I clicked on his link. I booked us 2 tickets, me and him.
You're a fucking asshole.
I would have.
You're a fucking asshole, dude. Why wouldn't you book me one?
Here's the thing.
Why?
Here's the thing. The reason why is because I had to pay for both tickets, and it didn't include my AMC Plus. Both of those tickets were like $45.
They were charging 20 each.
20 each, and to get you on there would have been 60 or close to $70.
Yeah.
Fuck. And obviously that money would come in later. Obviously.
Yeah, I'd pay you back for it.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not worried about that, but it's more the fact that at this time right now, I just don't have cash.
Right.
Money like that. Which me and Lorenz probably work something out. But by chance, I saw that. And obviously I've been wanting to see this movie. Like you wanted to see this movie too. And like I said, you can probably still get tickets on AMC because they opened up more theaters for March 1st. They want to really push this bitch out. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, man, I just want to watch this movie.
Yeah.
And then just leave and critique and be like, Ben Affleck was better.
Yeah.
Like, Ben Affleck his Batman was so much better than this. Like,
the shit,
everything. I was like, but I really want to see it.
I know, dude. We're going to see it. For sure, we're going to see it together. At least I plan to. That Thursday.
Yeah. Like I gotta buy my dad a ticket too.
Yeah, no,
I think my dad wants to watch it.
Whoever wants to go, we're gonna buy tickets and everything. We're gonna go because it's. I mean, they're not completely sold out. You can probably, like I said, you can probably still get a ticket for March 1st.
Yeah.
But dude, those as soon as they put it up, Roseville show it out.
I have to get the advanced screening. I hate when people spoil it.
Yeah.
And there's people that do it on purpose.
Well, now you can, because now that the screening is available for the public, the embargo, the time where you can talk about it, is now lifted.
Yeah.
You can talk openly as soon as you go see the movie, you're out.
Yeah.
You can now talk about it. Scary stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. That's why I avoid social media.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna do like a 1 minute thingy review with Lorenzo. What I did with you were Venom versus.
Oh, yep.
Just a quick little thing of our initial thoughts, our hype, and all that stuff. And I mean, how we actually feel about it. Obviously, we're gonna do something like that. But I usually include no spoilers into that until what I love to do with Lorenzo is like getting together. And if you want to join us for this too, is we all get together and we just talk about how good that movie was and what we hated about the movie as transparent as possible.
Yeah. I think that's a good conversation to have with people.
Oh, yeah.
Or like another third person to just be like, what do we think about this movie?
Yep.
All like together.
Because we all have different experiences too. And even Lorenzo has his different experience because he's much more comic book rooted than I am.
Yep.
But we have two totally different kind of experiences. I look for it more as a movie standpoint and he looks for it more as a lore standpoint.
Yeah.
Like what the thing is. So very interesting talks that we have and that I want to have with him. Once we see this movie, I want to plan a day. You know what I mean?
I know. It's just like it's getting closer and closer. I'm getting excited. Same with the Multiverse of Madness. That trailer dropped out, dude, and I was like, there's like this is bullshit. Like
that trailer, you saw it. You normally don't see trailers too, right?
Yeah, I avoid them. Yeah.
But I had
to watch this one, and I really regret watching it.
I don't because like it still doesn't tell me jack shit. There's a lot of amazing cool things in there.
Yeah,
I still don't know what the fuck's going on though. Yeah. You know,
I don't either, and but that's what irritates me the most because now I'm like that got me. Now I'm like now I want to know what's going on. Like is this like what's happening? Especially when they introduced what's her name, Miss Marvel.
Yeah. Oh no, there was a girl
because that's not Squirrel Girl. That's like Miss Marvel.
It's I forget what her name is. It's the girl that can open portals from different dimensions. And then I believe, Miss Marvel is in that shot where she's
punching
floating. I think that's her.
Because her arm expands out.
Or Monica Rambeau, the girl that's kind of like Miss Marvel. She's like Photon, I believe is her name. She was from WandaVision.
Oh, okay.
I think that's the girl that's in that shot. But I don't know. We still don't know. Like they both have the same kind of similar powers, but I don't fucking know.
Yeah,
it definitely looks like Miss Marvel.
Yeah, because I know that they're gonna do the movie, so I'm like, fuck, I just want to know what's happening.
Everything looks too fucking good.
Yeah,
and then, dude, Sam Raimi,
is he directing that movie?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I saw that it was like directed, but I wasn't sure if that was true or not. So I was like, what does this mean now?
The guy that did, how can you not think of a more fitting director for this movie?
Yeah.
The guy that did all the Evil Dead movies, did Spider-Man.
Yep.
It's such a perfect casting for a director.
Yeah, it's like he has both experience in it. It's sick.
I'm getting fucking goosebumps thinking about this, man. But I'm really excited for the different a director that knows that's gonna push it to where they want to go a little bit more horror with it, obviously.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's the guy that can push it to where it's not over the top, but it still reaches the, it hits the more of the notes of like, there's some more horror elements in here.
Yeah, that's why I'm just avoiding all of it. Just I don't really want to know more.
Yeah.
Than the trailer shows on to and lets on. It's just like
it's fucking crazy.
This is gonna be good. This is gonna be a good movie.
Yeah, man, and that's what like 2 months from now. Like I think it's gonna rule the summer the summer thing, but.
Is that when it comes out this summer?
Yeah.
All right.
I think tonight I'm going to try, depending on practice, I'm going to try to go watch Uncharted.
Oh, that came out.
Well, it comes out tonight, and people already got to see the early screenings 2 days ago. But I get to go see it tonight, hopefully.
What did they say?
Mixed.
Okay.
Mixed.
I mean, it's always been tough making, like, video game movies.
Yeah. I mean, for me, as long as the movie... I've never played Uncharted, so I don't fucking know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it's like.
I played it at Walmart.
Oh, yeah.
Like Uncharted 1 and Uncharted. Yeah, I'd play it at Walmart, and I'm like, sick.
Those are throwbacks, dude. You know, like, when they had fucking... You have to tilt your head a whole 90 degrees.
Dude, they killed your neck? Yeah, you'd, like, look up to Jesus.
Because, like, you're there. Like, mom's shopping, and, like, I'll be here.
Yeah.
How fucking... It's brilliant marketing, because it's, like, a small little mini GameStop before it was GameStop.
Yep. They could have just easily kidnapped me.
Yeah, but I think people were, like, stealing controllers and shit like that. Or I don't even know if they still even have it. But
I don't even know how you would do that.
It's weird, but anyway, so that's what's called. I forgot what we were just talking about before. Oh yeah, Uncharted. Mixed reviews, but I'm gonna go see it. I'm gonna do like a small little thing about
a review on it.
I don't know. As long as they do it in a way that like, okay, I can see this becoming a franchise. Like as long as they make me care about the characters.
Yeah.
And they, depending on what the movie feels like, I just need to feel like they earned the right to make another one. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. It's kind of like Pirates. Pirates of the Caribbean came out. It blasted the doors.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's such a movie that came out of its time that like if you try to do it today, it might not work, or who knows.
Yeah, I know. It's
a product of its time, and I feel like Uncharted is probably one of those movies that should have come out like in the 2012s or 2012s, in that kind of style, and has probably evolved since then. So they have to do it in a very balanced way, if that makes sense.
Right. No, that makes sense. I get it.
But apart from that, there's the movie by Channing Tatum called Dog.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. I've seen the trailer. It feels heartwarming.
It does.
Have you seen it?
So here's the thing.
Oh no.
I usually get more views on movies that people don't know if it's good or not.
Yep.
Like my Moonfall review.
Yep.
People are like wondering like, is this movie any good or not, or what the fuck, rather than Death on the Nile, where like people know it's good, but is it my kind of movie? And I think that's kind of how I'm seeing like my views counts or whatever.
Yeah.
Where I feel like Dog, it looks like one of those indie movies that puts Channing Tatum in the forefront. Now I don't know if Channing Tatum is as much of a really good actor compared to like, I think he's grown for sure, but I don't know if he can lead a movie. And this movie doesn't look like it's going to succeed on the same day that Uncharted comes out.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's two different things happening.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how the marketing strategy goes. Like, oh, people are on theaters and they can go see Dog too. Like,
yeah.
I don't think it's the best. I would have pushed it for the week after, or maybe the week before. There was nothing that happened last week.
Right.
That's crazy to me, but whatever.
Right. Do you think, are you going to watch it?
I plan to watch it probably Friday or Saturday.
Did you watch the movie I recommended it to you?
No, it's still on my list. Yeah, we gotta put it onto the server.
I'm telling you, man.
Or Yoshi has to put it on the server, and then
you should watch it.
No, yeah, it's on my list.
Tell me how it feels.
Yeah,
you should also watch Red Rocket. I think it's called.
Red Rocket was
that indie film that came out just a couple months ago.
What is that about?
It's an ex-porn star that moves back into his town. It's a short. I can look it up. I can show you it afterwards.
Yeah, by all means.
It's a really cool movie to see of this guy. Like, you think he's doing good, and then he's just like, nah, this guy's just a piece of shit in his core,
Yeah.
But it's like it's one of those movies. I'll show you. There's another one I like that I just finished watching that was like, I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
for what they are.
So we got a new bass player in the band. His name is Rich. Who wants to do a podcasting one day. He loves all the shit that I'm doing, and he really wants to like get involved with the thing. So he's full fucking speed ahead.
Right.
He showed me, he left me this manga to read, which is disturbing shit. You can just take a look at it real quick. Disturbing imagery,
sick, yeah.
Body horror stuff. Me and Rich have a lot of things in common, like in terms of music, in terms of like aesthetics, a lot of very
this is sick.
Yeah, we have a lot of very similar tastes, and he brought that book so I can read it, and then I started reading it. I'm like, Jesus Christ, those are anthologies, by the way. And then I'll give a shout out to the author, to the artist and everything. But when it comes to body horror, we were talking about this. We were having a deep conversation about I'll show you this real quick. So it's Shiver, and it's by Junji Ito. You can kind of see it right there. A book of anthologies, tons of different stories in here, a lot of body horror, a lot of things that are just like very disturbing things. But the reason why
is this like Japanese version of like the ghost stories that we get here at in the States?
Yeah, well, anthologies are small bite-sized stories, right?
Right.
And in this case,
like here, let's
different
look it up.
different stories. So yeah, we would get like a scary stories to tell in the dark kind of stuff like that.
Yeah, do you remember that book that I'm talking about? It's like those ghost story books.
Yeah, it's probably Goosebumps. Or
no. They would have it at the library.
Yeah. Scholastics or some shit.
That was the little thing that it would pop out. It would have like a skull in the front cover of it. It was like a black and white. So it doesn't matter.
Boone. It's probably called Boone. It doesn't matter.
But yeah, I'll find it. I'll find it. But continue. Sorry.
Yeah. So the main thing with these ones is that like I got a new bass player, and he actually just started introducing me to movies as well. Like I said, I like to explore my darkness because I know it's kind of weird that the way he explained it was just that like he likes to dwell in it, and he likes it. Yeah, scary stories to tell in the dark.
Yeah. Fucking love these books.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah, but we like to, or he was telling me like, I like to explore my darkness, and I like to listen to music and this kind of style. And then he showed me a couple movies too that were really philosophical, like deep shit.
Right.
Like, things that you probably cannot show many people because it's so disturbing. Like Titan, it's a body horror movie that came out last year. Very fucked up and disturbing.
Titan.
It's like, it's super fucked up.
Right.
French, I think it's French or whatever, but it's a really good movie.
Okay.
Like, to its core, it's a phenomenal movie.
Yep.
It just has a lot of fucked up imagery, like really disturbing things in there. You can't really show this to people, you know what I mean?
Isn't that like a lot of French movies? Aren't they all purely fucked up in some sense?
Kind of, but this one specifically was kind of in that more to show body horror.
Yeah.
And I'm all for it. You know, body horror for me is like, I like horror stuff because I find comfort in that now. But anyway, with that, we were like I was saying, we were talking about this thing of like understanding our deepest fears, and it's weird how we came to this realization that like in a weird way it is comforting because we know that that's true. We know what fear is because we can pinpoint it. We know what makes us afraid, but we know that that's true. Happiness, on the other hand, we feel like we have to try to figure out what is happiness in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of, because we don't see it that often, you know what I mean? So I really clicked with Rich like right away. That's what I'm saying. Like maybe one day we'll have him on the podcast so we can talk about it. But it's some really cool shit. And yeah, he let me borrow that. It's fucking wild.
Do you like it so far?
It's fucking crazy.
It's enjoyable.
Yeah. I mean, it's black and white manga. Like that's my kind of art style right there. You know?
Yeah, it's sick. It's sick.
Yeah.
Super sick actually.
So that happened. Obviously we released Cult of Vampires, so that fucking came out. Dude, this was a month in the progress, I guess. I had this idea.
A month of working on that song?
A month.
Okay.
And even the fucking boy, even like 2 weeks ago when I was preparing to master it, I stayed up from 6 p.m. to 6 in the morning,
which you usually don't do.
No, I mastered the fuck out of it.
Right.
And to the best point of my ability. I'm learning more stuff now as a producer, like music producer. Jesus Christ, dude, that was on another level.
Yeah.
I never felt that connected to like, this sounds good, I should remove this, I should do this and this and this. Because, and I told you about this too, like working on Evan's projects for his EPs has done so much for me, man.
It's opened your eyes.
Yes. It's weird because now I listen to music and I'll teach you I'll teach you. I'll show you how I listen to music. We can listen to that Falling in Reverse song.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, like, I don't listen to music anymore the way I used to because it's just, I hear it as a producer.
You see it beyond at that point. Like for me, an example would be like the lyrics and the beat, but for you it'd be like surpassing that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like how the guitars are panned, how everything's mixed.
Yeah.
What's the balance of everything? And how does it cohesively work together? Regardless if the song is good or not, I now enjoy songs regardless of wherever the fuck they come from.
Interesting.
There's more things. There's more layers. Even if I can take whatever song I like, or whatever song I hate, or whatever, and now I can just listen to it with an open perspective of like how it was mixed, regardless if the song is good or not. Even if it can be extremely well produced, and I could fucking hate it. Yeah. The song in zero, but I can now listen to it as like, holy shit. What they did with this song is incredible.
So it's almost like you've left the ego aspect of it, where it's just like that perspective of personal attachment. Now you're just seeing it. Be like, that's so fucking that's cool though.
It's insane.
That's actually insane to think that.
I was starting for Cult of Vampires. I was like, okay, what's a song? I want it to be a bass heavy song. Obviously it's not, but like, what can I use for reference? And I'm like, oh, Kendrick Lamar. I haven't listened to Kendrick Lamar in a long time, so like, okay, let me put some of his old stuff that I knew that just like, you would know. You go outside to someone just blasting it in the car, and you just hear the 808s, every once in a while, and I'm like, how do I get that sound? And I couldn't get it. I couldn't get it, and that's why I was like, how the fuck do I do this? I was cranking my fucking speakers, and I couldn't get this. You know what it is too, when like it hits the wall and it's like, that shit, dude. That's what I was looking for, and because I was trying to find that, I found something else. I kept finding new things.
Interesting. Okay.
That's how I listen to music now.
Yeah.
Well, I'll show you what I'm talking about later.
Yeah.
But anyway, with Cult of Vampires, since I just released it too, I'll leave a link in the description as well, so people can go check it out with my whole playlist and stuff like that. We released the official version, which is obviously kick, snares, drums, and everything.
Yeah. That's the rock alternative version, right?
Yeah, that's the original version.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's kind of like an alt rock synth.
Okay.
It's more in that field.
Yep.
And then I released the voice and the synth together, because when I mixed the vocals, which is why I stayed up so long to do it.
Yeah.
I made it so that they're wide and that there's so many little ear candy things in there that when you listen to it, just by that one, just the vocals and the synth, you have so much like information that's happening that's overwhelming that it just works by itself as two separate songs.
Right.
The reason why I bring that up is because like what I was talking about to you today of like, oh man, it's not that I don't have time, it's just that there's so many things that I want to do today. Yeah. Because we'll talk about work later, but I want to do a video using showing through like, oh, this is my process for the song. I'm going to break it down for you guys. Yeah. This is what I did to make it sound the way it is. This is what I use for instrumentation. Break down the project, in the moment kind of stuff. Yeah. So that's what I want to do. Or at least that's one of the things I wanted to do today.
I was going to ask you with that. Yeah. It takes you a month. Do you feel like those little things like like where you're saying like eye candy, like making the sound effects, do you feel like the ear candy, sorry, do you feel like people will appreciate that, or is that just for your own satisfaction of having this little like bits in here and then telling people?
See, this is a really good question, because in a mix, right, there's a lot that's going on. In the official version of Cult of Vampires, there's almost too much going on, and I had to strip it down from its initial thing, because the bass, I needed to make it more simpler. I needed to make the synths focus in certain areas. Mm-hmm. And when I started to put the mix, it sounded really muddy. It sounded like it was all over the place. Like it was just like super overwhelming, too much bass on this side or whatever. Right. And then I looked at a couple of videos of like how to master, like, and I wanted to do this song justice, the best of my abilities. Yeah. And then I realized I kept forgetting the most basic shit. When you listen to a song, there's always a focal point, and everything else supports it. And then I found a lot of YouTube videos that supported that same concept, right? Obviously, for like an Adele song, what's the most important thing? It's her vocals. It's because she's amazing at singing, right? Right. So you have her obviously at the top, not the loudest, but like it's going to be the focal point, right? And sometimes it could be the loudest, but usually it's the focal point. Yeah. And everything else supports it. So they're not competing with each other. If the vocals are right here in the center, which I draw little diagrams. So this is going to be really weird to many people, but I analyze songs this way. And anybody could do this. It's fucking
a little
crazy.
Pie chart.
Yeah, it looks like a pie chart. And I showed Evan how to do this too when we first initially did it. So if you see this here, obviously we have a circle. This is representing the back of your head and a 3D sonic spectrum.
Oh, got you. Yeah, okay.
I know. If you just pick this up on the side of the street, you'd be like, what the fuck is this?
After you just said that, okay. Makes sense.
You have left, you have right, and then you have the top over here, top of the head, which is like the focal point. Usually it's the vocals. And then down here, which is the back of the head. Yes. And every song that I listen to this is the way I listen to music, right? Where I would just pick a song that I like. I was doing for my newest song, I'm doing Muse, Nights of Sidonia. Yeah. And that's what this chart represents. What's going up here is the lead, and then over here the side guitars, and then left and zero. This is zero, meaning it's like right in your fucking forehead. Yep. The front lobe. Exactly. This is left 50 all the way back here, right 50 all the way back here, whatever. And then what's going on in between all that stuff. And that's how I fill in sonic information. That's interesting. That's such a weird concept that like to have that. Yeah. I had a pie graph and everything, which I can probably do a lesson in it all in of itself. But when you listen to music, at least the stuff that like the newest song that I'm trying to do right now, it's called Hollowed Bones. It's more of a rock kind of song. Okay. But dude, I wanted to sound big, massive, and full. Yeah. And I couldn't do that. And then Rich came over. He showed me a couple songs, which he's like, he just has like nuggets of songs that I can pull for, and like really get into it of like what the fuck is going on.
Diagnose it and see what makes it special or makes it tick. Yeah, okay.
But then when he showed me his stuff, it's weird. Yeah. It's completely different from everything that other people are doing, because there's just one guitar here, and then everything else that's in here is a bass.
Right.
And it fills in, and then somehow, somewhere in it, it sounds wide and it sounds full. Drives me.
Do you ever feel like if you ever explain this to a person that doesn't understand, they would be like confused as shit and look at you crazy?
Yeah.
It's like
I only tell it to people that are like in the music kind of background that would
sound almost mad in a sense.
Yeah, I know that. I joke with Evan all the time too. When I first told him that, I'm like, dude, one day I'm gonna come in naked. I'm be like, look, this is how you actually listen to music.
Yeah.
But no, I do that all the time. I always have this back in my head because I was telling it to Kevin, who is starting to get into the music scene and trying to make his own music stuff, right? You should begin. And Kevin was more in the sense of like, we're working on a song right now. That's kind of more of like a Santana, kind of like a guitar rock.
Oh, okay, I see, yeah. Soft rock.
Exactly. So when I told him like, I need examples for the kind of sound that you want for it, right?
Yeah.
What do you want the guitars to sound like? What do you want the tempo to be like? What do you want the kicks to sound like? Very specifically. So I told him, okay, next time you listen to music, pay attention to these things.
Yeah.
Because I need to know what tone I need, right?
Right.
So that's the tone side. And then putting it at the end of it, the mastering side, as it were.
Yep.
That's the side where I'm like, okay, now what do you want it to sound like? You know, where do you want the guitars to be? You know, where do you want the vocals to be? Because there's like Julian Casablancas and the Voids, or now known as the Voids, obviously. For Alien Crime Lord, they do a lot of fucking things differently, which is what Cult of Vampires is reflecting on.
Okay.
I strictly took inspiration from there, even though it didn't do it correctly, but I took the use
what
of
they were aiming for and what they were doing.
Exactly.
Got you.
So the vocals, instead of being right here, split right in the middle so you can hear, they put them 50-50.
Yeah.
And then somewhere here in 25, split them halfway. Like, what the fuck?
You know, I hate songs sometimes like that because I'm one of those people that listen to lyrics and I enjoy the beats, but for me it's the lyrics that hits me the most. And so when the lyrics are in the background and it's the instrumental part, sometimes I have to like realize and switch my brain to enjoy this. Don't worry about the lyrics. Yeah. And then I can't hear it and I'm like, this fucking sucks.
Oh yeah, no. For the way, and that's what I'm saying. Even though the vocals were here, coned right here in the center, so you could like hear it. For Alien Crime Lord, they split to each ear. Yeah. And then you can still understand it. It's still balanced. It does it for the longest time. I'm like, you don't think about these things. Yeah. It just happens to you.
So you want to achieve something like that for your upcoming projects? Or you just want to still keep experimenting?
That was just for Cult of Vampires because I wanted to understand how they got to this.
Okay, I got you.
And obviously the Voids, it's more of the sound of like deconstructing different noises. Right. And making it all still work in a rock and roll kind of setting.
What you wanted is a blueprint. For saving it for upcoming future projects in case if you ever want to go back to it.
And that's why like for it. Cult of Vampires is the first time I ever used a vocoder. Yep. From Ableton. It's like a stock kind of like little plugin. Essentially, that's what I use to make this sound like very like, which I'll if I ever do a breakdown video about that, about Cult of Vampires, I'll go through that. It's fucking insane. Right. But anyway, that's what I've been doing this routine where every day is pretty much working on music and working on getting clients because I'm running out of cash. So my dad just got approved for his house. And I'll tie this in. This sounds a little random.
No, I was going to say this is working in. Yeah.
So my dad just got approved for his house. And I went to his house yesterday to go get a tool from him. Yeah. Because I got this app called Angie's List, or Angie's Leads, I should say. Essentially, it's a lead service. So you know how like back in the day you would just go and like you would make what was it, like not eBay but
are you talking about Angie's List on the website to like promote your work?
No, Angie Leads is a service for contract to get you clients for your business. Yeah. And before the old times, you would just have to go Craigslist. That's what you would go on Craigslist. You make an ad for your business, like, hey, I do painting here in the local area and all that stuff. They have taken that concept and evolved it for you.
You have to pay them, don't you, for that subscription?
It's not a subscription. You pay for the leads if they get approved. Right. So, for example, they send me a couple of leads, and there's good and bad things about Angie's Leads, obviously. For me, there's a lot of good things, but there's equally a lot of bad things, too. Right. I'm kind of split in between. Because I got a couple leads for like doing painting cabinets, which is why I went to go see my dad. To get a sanding machine so I can sand down the doors and paint cabinets and all stuff. And I went to go see this guy, obviously 2 days before or whatever, like last week. And I gave him like a very lowball price because I just need money.
Right.
Everyone was charging him like what they're supposed to be charging, and it's totally respectable.
Right.
But I'm just like, no, dude, I'll do this for this much, and I'll have it done by then.
Yeah.
By these days. And he's like, wow, that's a really good price. Like, are you sure it's not more? I'm like,
yeah, he's looking at you as in like, yo, are you like really?
And I might be wrong, but I just want to win this client.
Yeah.
That's my mentality. I don't really like. I know what the work is valued. I'm just trying to like give him a really good price at the end of the day. That's like, you know, that's not too crazy. Like I'm not gonna do it for like $200, obviously.
Yeah.
But things
like
what
would you charge him?
So normally,
what was the job first? Sorry.
So the job is to paint cabinets, right?
Just cabinets
Cabinet
only?
doors and like the whole outside of the cabinets, the whole island. If that makes sense. And normally a job like that costs anywhere from $1,200, depending on how many doors and how much goes into it, to $1,700.
Yeah.
I'm charging him like $1,000.
Get the fuck out! What?
Yeah.
I would charge maybe $200.
No. People. Normally what you would charge, and like I said, this is for labor.
Yep.
And this is for like materials too, labor, materials, and time. And I initially was just like, he's like, shoot me an estimate right away, and I'm like, well, depending on what we have to do and how long does it take me, it'll probably take me this long, and I can do it for this much.
Yeah.
And I told him like, I'll do it for like, I don't know, $800. And he's like, that's fucking good.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I know it's good.
Yeah.
I just need money.
It's extremely good.
Yeah, I just need fucking money, dude. Like compared to what everyone else is charging him. So anyway, I'm in the process of closing that guy, but that is the first lead I would consider that I don't mind paying for this, because they gave me the information for somebody looking for a job in my field of expertise in my area.
Yeah.
There you go. The downside to it, obviously, is that you get a lot of them, which is good, and it could be a good or bad thing.
Yeah.
A lot of leads, and then you can just start racking up a bill. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And not all of them qualify, and sometimes nothing happens with them. I have 3 other leads that just I emailed, I called, I did everything, and they were supposedly like they chose me for the specific project for like painting walls, which is like obviously more of my area.
How much would you charge for that? I have a price. That's what I'm like confused at the point, because we have 2 different estimate numbers.
So here's the thing
for me.
I've been working as a painter for a very long time, so I know my estimate, and I know what other people, and that's the other thing, what people actually charge this wall.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Let's take if we take this wall that's over here, which you guys can probably I'll do this. I'll pan it. A little behind the scenes here. That wall is huge. It goes all the way to where Gilbert's at on the other side.
We'd say maybe like 50 feet.
So so depending on what needs to be done, right? Okay, let's just say like the wall needs to be prepped, and we'll go back to everything of how I tie this in. The wall needs to be prepped still. There's holes in the wall. Everything, all of those little things you have to inspect, right?
Right.
And what they actually want to be done.
Right.
Do they want to just paint it?
Let's just say, for example, small patchwork and paint.
If it's from here to there, probably like $600 to $800.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. We are not in the same ballpark.
Yeah, no.
I would charge, and I'll get to this.
Yeah.
100.
Yeah.
100 for that one wall.
Yeah.
Because you could get it done quick, but I would charge that little.
Well, here's the thing. Obviously, I can get this wall. This is not a problem for me.
This is not. Yeah, I was going to say, this is easy.
This is easy stuff.
This is like 30 minutes.
But less. I'm not thinking about just what I'm making as profit. I'm thinking about my taxes that's going into it.
Right.
And there's all these little things that add up to that number, right?
Right.
So it's not just, obviously, I can do this wall in like, I don't know, an hour.
Right.
Tops.
Right.
Depending on how much, if there's a hole, like I said, if there's a hole, these little things, if they want to remove like little switches, all these little things add up to it.
Yeah.
Right? So it all really depends, like I said. So depending on what it is, and some people go like, oh, I want this wall to be red now, just this wall.
Yeah.
Oh, sometimes the paint is not going to stick to it, so you have to do a double coat. And that's what I'm saying, like, depending on what it is, it's going to be around 6 to 8 to probably 1,000, depending on what they want to do.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm thinking about my taxes, what profit I'm actually going to be taking home at the end of the day,
right,
and what the business itself needs to make to pay for those taxes and all
right,
that. So, and then obviously materials and cost and labor and all that.
Right.
So, in any case, we can keep going because there's still too much to talk about. In any case, that's what I would charge for that kind of stuff, because I know that's what other people are charging.
Right.
In the area.
I know, that's the thing. That's like, holy shit, that's crazy.
Getting work.
Right.
I wouldn't charge that to a family member.
Right.
Obviously.
Right.
Anyway, my dad got approved for his house. He showed me his new house, which the house structurally is incredible for what he was able to do for it. Like, we're gonna rework the entire house. He wants me to go in there and paint, and he wants to pay me for it. And I told him, like, Dad, I don't feel comfortable that you have to pay for this, unless it's like the bank gave you money and then now you're just paying me. That's fine. Right. But when it comes to you, I'd rather have that money go to my siblings. Right. It's just, I just don't feel comfortable that way. But that's just a little thing that just happened. Anyway, I'm waiting to close out this bid from this guy, and I have 2 other leads that potentially will come out hopefully in the next week. But I have to start making money. At least I wanted to start making money early February, because my time's running out. Yeah. And my dad did say that he would give me like a little loan prestament so I can pay my next month's bill. Okay. But my time's running out.
You want to take projects? I'll help you. Yeah. I'll even like charge me like $11 an hour.
Yeah, no, I don't mind.
Typically that's not where I'm at hourly. I don't charge other people that.
No, we could work something out. But like, the main thing right now is that I'm trying to close clients, and I don't have any right now. So, and it's funny that going back to, like, we talked about manifestation all the time. Right. This is fucking weird, dude, because like when I felt the fear that I wasn't able to pay my next month's rent, I was in this headspace of like, I don't know what the fuck to do. I feel like I'm getting to another low point that I don't want to get to, which I haven't gotten to, obviously. That's good. I feel really positive right now. But I got to that really low point, and then immediately, my dad sends me a text of my old contractor saying, "Hey, we have a house next week." Nice. And I'm like, "Shut the fuck up!" And then he's like, "Oh, also, I have a friend that's looking for someone to help him paint projects with." And I'm like, "This is 2 weeks ago," and I'm like, "This is fucking awesome!" Like, I was freaking
perfectly timing. Yes, nice. Okay.
But here's the thing, though. Because of like I felt that fear, and I don't know if this correlates to life or just me starting to become omnipotent as a god creature. I don't know.
As a god creature,
Because I tell you, like, I feel like I'm seeing things in a different way. Yeah. Maybe I just spent too much time here.
Yeah. Maybe it's just like the being in your cave. Yeah. But it makes sense. But continue. So.
The friend dude that my dad was telling me about that needed help painting never responded back to my dad. Okay. We probably got somebody else, or he probably just whatever. And then our old contractor never got back to us either. So I'm like, oh shit. So that's why last week I was just booking clients. Yeah. Booking just for estimates. Like, I'll go give you a lowball estimate. I just need work. I just need to get work shit going as soon as possible. Nothing. So right now I'm in that state of fear of like, what the fuck do I do? Right. Oh, this fucking asshole.
Oh, it's just beeping outside. That's all right. Maybe it won't catch on.
No, this is one. It probably might catch on a little bit, but in any case, so that's where I'm at. I'm trying to get all of this figured out. Like, in terms of my daily routine, I wake up, I do a little bit of mixing. Yep. Like, just for my songs, to get them to just learn something. I would paint, depending on a project, I could probably just paint something, and then I'll call clients right at noon. Yeah. And then if I can't get them at noon, I'll leave a voicemail, and I'll give them an email. Yep. And then I'll call them again at 4. And if they don't answer, then I'll just, the next day,
somebody new. Yeah. I think that's the best option you could really do, is just like not hold on and wait for people. Yeah. Just keep it pushing, keep it moving.
Yep, exactly.
Don't even worry about it.
And for the most part, right now, Angie's Leads is really good for that, because like they give you pay $100 for you put yourself a budget for yourself. So I can only pay for $100 of leads. And because they have when I signed up, they have a promotion of $300. So here's another $300 for you. Yeah. But the thing is, every lead, and here's, like I said, there's some really good things about Angie's Leads, and then there's some equally kind of
terrible things. Yeah.
Where like every lead
is up and down.
Yeah, every lead is like $25 to $75. So those $300 gone. Right. In an instant. So there's some good stuff and some bad stuff. They did connect me with some people, but most of those people, like, it's just weird, dude. Like, there was a lady that I was supposed to go do an estimate for a wall, and she just had like we booked it up in the morning, And she's like, could you come over at this time? I'm like, yep, cool. And I was ready to go like an hour before I was supposed to go. She's like, hey, can you come over some other time?
She wanted to reschedule.
Yeah, she's like, I just had surgery. And I'm like,
why didn't you think of that beforehand?
Yeah.
You know, it's like common sense. Like, hey, I'm going to have surgery. Maybe I shouldn't have the pain. Unless you forgot, I'm not going to, you know.
It's probably like, I'll
give her the benefit of the doubt.
Maybe she was like, oh, now I have to move. And like, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That happened. So in any case, that's where I'm at. I'm working on mixing music. Today is all, like every day is, I always tell you like what my thing is every fucking day. Today is doing this, which I wanted to do with you for a long time now anyway.
Yeah, it's been a while.
To do a podcast, to recap. And I've been talking a lot, but we got to pass it over to you. But that's kind of how my day is. I would wake up, I'd mix a little bit of music, I probably might paint, I would eat, and then I started working out in the morning, which I told you.
Yeah.
And then I would start calling clients.
Right.
And that's usually how it goes.
Well, that's not bad. That sounds super busy. I've been helping my old coworker here and there.
Yeah.
And just last week we did a job finishing out this like apartment building. Mm-hmm. It's not even an apartment building. I think it's just an office space in Minneapolis.
That's what's up. Okay.
Dude, I had this 40-pound table fall on my foot. Like I tried to like throw it onto the little cart, and I didn't realize that like, hey, idiot, you have to catch it at the bottom too. It's not gonna just like hold itself. Oh, because momentum carries it. Right? Yeah, so momentum carries on. Like it's gonna keep going forward.
Yeah.
And so I like pushed it, or I pulled it. And didn't realize that like
you have to counter.
I have to hold it. Yeah, I have to like push it back up, and so it fell. The edge of the table fell directly onto the like tender bone part of the foot.
Yep.
And so
it's not a bad spot, but it still hurts.
It's not a bad spot. I would have I prefer that than a broken toe for sure.
Yep.
So, but it bruised up and it swelled up, and I thought my toes were broken.
Is it still bruised?
It's still swollen. Yeah, it's still swollen on the like front of the foot.
Yeah.
I took a week off. I didn't go play soccer. This week I did.
Well, you feel better now.
I feel a little better, yeah. I'm just like still like it hurts if I put pressure on it. Mm-hmm. So maybe like in another month, I'd say.
Yeah, you'd be fine.
But I think I'll be completely fine. But I just thought like, wow, this completely sucks. Mm-hmm. Like this is the worst feeling ever.
Yeah, that's and going back to this business, man. Like when it comes to painting or construction business, the reason I didn't want to go back to it is because it's the most unhealthy, or at least I think I consider it to be a very unhealthy lifestyle.
It is
work ethic. Like you're around these fumes, you're around this environment that's like sheetrock dust. If you don't take care of yourself, that shit will fuck you up.
Yeah,
I get sick immediately if I just inhale a little bit of sheetrock dust. I know that it's like a fever kind of thing that happens to me all the time.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and even just construction working, you have to lift heavy shit all the fucking time. That's why I didn't want to go back to it. I was trying to explore my old avenues, and right now I'm building up my Patreon, and behind of all this stuff.
Yep.
I signed up for just yesterday. I did a class 101, which is like virtual tutors, which I took a class for that, and I'm like, this is fucking not even the class that I signed up for, but it's a place where I could possibly teach, and I got a survey yesterday saying that they need more information. So I don't know if I'll be able to teach online, but I'm hoping that I can, so I can just work here as a teacher. Obviously, what I want to do. So I was trying to get away. I wasn't focusing on my business, but the business, when it's right, just pays the best.
I mean, it is at the end of the day. Like that's why it is like hard labor work. It's always get out the street because some people don't want to work hard labor.
Yep.
So you get new people every week, and you have to deal with their like stupidity or like reteach them again. And it's just like it sucks. It's an inconvenient thing, but it's just like it is what it is.
It is what
the money is worth it.
It's unfortunately that's kind of the lifestyle of it. But I think it's weird because like my dad is like approaching like almost 60, and you can tell this dude was built like a horse.
Right.
And now the horse is just eating a little bit too much. And I was just like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I was just kind of like, now that he's working again, you could just see the exuberance, the man behind all that stuff. Like as a Hispanic or whatever, just carrying this weight of like pressure and still being able to move shit. I see him as like the fucking Mexican Superman.
Yeah, right.
Fucking insane.
Right.
He's not gonna live forever.
Right.
But he's more of like, I see it as like as a testament to, if you want something done, you have to
go out and do it. Yeah, you have to go out and do it yourself.
Yeah,
nobody else is going to do it for you.
Yeah, exactly. So there's all of that stuff that happened for me, and it's just I don't know what's going to happen next month. But my dad said he'll probably help me out with the loan, just to pay my rent. But I know that I feel very positive that money is going to start rolling back in again.
Yeah.
At least I hope so. I don't know. But that's where I'm at.
You could only think positive, really.
Yeah. I mean, I have a lot of things that are taking off, like the band's back together, which is great.
Yeah.
We just released a new song. I'm making more songs, but what I want to do eventually, it was just like, oh my God, I have all of this skill.
Yeah.
I just have to put myself in a position where I would be getting more money. For example, for mixing Evan's album, if I didn't know Evan and he needed help with an album, obviously I would charge him for like this thing.
Yeah.
I'm not charging him for this thing. This is more of like, hey, this is fucking great. Like I get to just learn as a producer. But yeah, once I can like make competent music that people will enjoy listening to, I'll start charging the studio time.
People for it, right?
You know, little things like that. Patreon. I'll start. I have a whole fucking thing. My whole board right there is for Patreon. I don't know if you can see that. That thing's fucking filled.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I have all of these things that like should theoretically make money, but it's because we go back to the probability of it is we know it's possible because people are doing it, but then there's also this other side of how lucky are you? You know.
Yeah, I mean that's the problem with it right now, where it's just like you have a lot of projects going on, but are any of them making like income?
Yeah, only one, which is the music, and it's not even that much, but it's something.
Right.
But I know like if why we're bigger, that could be in and of itself an income stream.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, so now I feel like at a slow point, it's kind of like you should slowly start charging people for income, I guess. Just to get by, because if you're just like right now like worried about like, oh shoot, like my dad has to cover for next month, and it's like, all right, something's got to change unless you have to go back into construction at that point. But so I'm confused. Hold up, because you told me if the art doesn't work,
which it didn't,
you're gonna go and work at Starbucks.
Yeah. I had that thought.
Are you gonna go work at Starbucks, or are you gonna continue the construction aspect? And
well, that's what I was saying, dude. It's just like,
I guess be miserable, but still make money.
I mean, there's a point where like, okay, let's. This is why we have deep talks.
Yeah.
So I did think about it, like, because I got I was offered, or not offered. I went to Wet Paint, which is like an art store where you can buy materials for like specific things.
Yeah.
It's definitely more of an art front store, and I love going to that. To me, it's like going to a candy shop.
Yeah.
I go there and buy shit, and I'm like, fuck. There's a lot of cool things I want to buy here.
Yeah.
Problem with it is, or like not the problem. I went there and I was like, what if I worked here? You know. And then I thought about it. Oh, I can probably definitely get a job here, and I can probably even teach here. What I would want to do. Is it going to make the same amount of money as if I worked at my construction job?
Yeah. No.
And I was like, putting two and two together. I'm like, I don't think it is.
Yeah.
And then I was like thinking about Starbucks. Okay, if I go back to Starbucks, or if I ever worked at Starbucks, I should say, they could probably help me pay for college and all that stuff, and I can start, working back as a W-2.
Yeah.
But then I would lose the benefit, all the benefits that I would have for my business, which is, there are some good and bad things about it.
Yeah.
But there's also some good and bad things of working a retail job, a regular job, or whatever, W-2, state kind of government jobs or whatever. But at the end of the day, I just kept going back to it. I can make more money in a week. I can probably double a person's check.
Dude. Go ahead.
That's why.
And this is personal experience because I've seen it. Because when I work for under people, I watch their mentality and how they run businesses.
For who?
For any company.
Okay, yeah.
And so specifically for like construction at this point, when I was doing painting, I would ask the questions of like, what do you do for like advertisement? What do you do like this and that? And just try to get that backfield for it. And this is how you know that you'll make more money than doing a 40 hours a week is, for example, you said you would charge for that wall.
Yeah.
How much? You said $1,000, right?
$600 to
or let's say for that job. Let's say for that job alone that you were charging them $1,000, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You get that house done in one day.
Yeah.
That's $1,000.
Done.
You have another job lined up. You charge them $1,000. There's 5 days. You decide to do the 7 days. That's $7,000.
Yeah.
$7,000 in 1 week.
That's what I was making. Not in a week, but that's what I was making about 4 to 6.
Exactly. And like
that was comfortable.
That pays for your gas. That pays for your home. You feel nice and safe.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get that at 40 hours
no.
salary job, or like not salary, but like hourly job.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like And even if you were working at a Starbucks or whatever, I always acute to the main thing is knowledge, dude.
Yeah.
Because if you have all this, if you're making money and you learn how to budget and you learn how to correctly allocate your investments.
Yeah.
If you can learn how to invest and balance your, like, obviously you need like how much money for food, for rent. You do all that stuff first, but then how much you can actually invest out of your pocket without you being poor.
Yeah.
If you can learn how to invest correctly and in the right places, holy shit, I've learned how to do that.
Yeah.
I just don't have money. If I had $2,000 right now, I could turn that fucking by the end of March.
Yeah.
Into probably 20 grand.
Yeah. It's always funny because I see like things on Instagram where they go like, oh, you know, instead of working your hourly job, you could do this and make money. So your money makes money, right? Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, the people that got that though got fucking like help from their parents, like thousands and thousands of dollars.
They come from a source, man, because like, I mean, you could still get it and slowly do it if you worked at a Starbucks, but it's slow. It's slower.
Right.
It's a way slower process than if someone just gave you money from an inheritance, or if you worked, like if I started going back to working again as a painter and all that stuff with my business, I know exactly what I would do with it now.
Right. I think, and that's the thing where it's like, yeah, it's going to be a slow process, but at the same time, it's like, well, if your parents knew at that point, like, okay, for example, like my mentality now is, okay, I would have done this if I had the chance to be young, right? So now I know is when my kids have that opportunity, everything they get, like I'm not spending money on their toys. Yeah. I'm not getting them like clothes that they're going to grow out of. Like everything that I would have spent on them is going to go into like a bank account. Yeah. And when they have that opportunity to like grow, they can invest it and have it just keep growing.
Well, that's the thing.
Just keep growing.
Some people, I mean, it's more of an American thing that I've seen because Hispanics that I know of, they live in the present. They live in the now. They live in riches of their own mentality. For example, if you made good money this week, you want to spend it.
Right.
You made that money. It's your money. You do whatever you want with it, and you're proud that you made that money. So go to a 5-star restaurant, eat what you want, spend it with all your family, and by the end of the week, you do the same thing again.
Right.
You make the same amount of money. You're repeating the cycle, but you're living life the way you want it, and you're fulfilled.
Yeah.
That's not saying for everybody, but most people though would take that money and do what you do. Or what I would do for more of an American style is set up for your kids for the future because you're going to die one day. Right. And they're going to need something. And I don't have that. Right. Like I said, a lot of Hispanics don't have that stuff. But I know that if you prepared, the earlier you prepare, it just compounds.
It helps.
It helps
so much at the end of the day. Like, it's just like any little thing.
And I could be wrong. I'm not speaking for the entire, like, I'm just saying for my family, for what I know about them. I'm just saying, I'm not saying for, like, all Hispanics, like, all around, but I'm just saying for my family, for my personal, like, from what I understand from their sense, this is how they use their money.
Operate, yeah. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. In any case, what else did I have? I think that's all I had for this week.
We could talk about something else next week.
Yeah, this is a really good talk though. This is heavy shit. I thought there was something else that you were alluding to for like, working at Starbucks. Like, no, I'm fucking stupid. I told you this. Like, I'm the dumbest motherfucker because throughout this entire time, I learned so much that I'm in the process. I put so much other bullshit aside that doesn't become relevant until it becomes relevant. Like right now, I need money. So now now
it hits. Yeah. You push it far away until it fucking resurfaces, and you're like, oh shit.
And it's like, fuck, I could lose my whole apartment next month.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here doing a podcast.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, like, yeah.
You know what I mean? Shit like that, dude. Like I'm always in that like in a weird sense of like, oh, I should have been doing. Like I told you about working out. I'm so fucking stupid. I never thought about these solutions. Where I have this blood pressure thing, or I don't even know what it is, but I would wake up, I'm hungry as fuck, I need to eat. If I don't eat, I will pass out, and someone has to come and revive me.
And it's out.
Yeah, it's the worst. So I would work out. So I would set up all my my cereal, my coffee, but I would, before I eat it, before I pour that milk, I would just have it there on the countertop, on my table, do my workout, and then I try to get up as best as I can. I'm like army crawling to the table.
Your heart is just pounding out of your chest. Well,
my head is like, oh fuck, it's spinning. I can't. Yeah, I just can't. Right. But it's the food's right there, and I just have to muster all my as much as I can to just get up and just pour that milk, eat my cereal, and I'm good.
Right.
I don't think about those things.
Oh, fucking
I'm fucking stupid, dude. Man. I'm a fucking idiot. But
don't tell yourself that.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, it doesn't become relevant until it's relevant.
Yeah.
That's fucking
valid.
That's my life.
That's true.
In any case, we had a really good conversation today. We talked about a lot. Music spectrum. We talked about...
we jumped from jump to ship to ship. I was like, holy shit, my brain.
Yeah, well, I try to do my best to wrap it to a cohesive story, but...
No, this is good. This is a good wrap to it. We could end it.
Really great, man.
All right, then, man.
All right, final words.
Don't have tables fall on your foot, because then you'll be out for 2 weeks. That sucks.
Yeah. And as for me, go check out Cult of Vampires, because I think it's fucking dope. And yeah, Uncharted's coming out, so I'll do a mood review for that, and I think I'll probably watch Dog, and that's it. Yeah.
All right, then. Let's Rashia.
Adios. See
Bye-bye.
you. Bye-bye. And catch you on the flippy flip.
I'm glad you came along, partner.